5 seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus Pro's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus Pro's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus Pro's turn to pick. Dire team pick.
Axe.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus Pro's turn to pick.
Shadow Demon.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
The undying waits.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Snide.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus Pro's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus Pro's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds. Dire team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus Pro's turn to pick.
Time.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Admiral Kongsa.
Choose your hero.
Is on board.
Prepare for battle.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board. Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
That's hot.
Thanks, guys, on the panel there. I mean, taking a quick little listen to what they were saying about this Void potentially not having enough damage to back him up in the chrono. And we're in this position in the group stage now at the top of Division 1. Both of these teams looking pretty damn good. Peksu, do you think that Viking have managed to continue as they were saying that name of Kings of the Draft? Or do you think VP have maybe undone them here a little bit to kick off Game 1?
Feels a good match.
Drives
The fact that it's just one to the right wall. I think VP is better laning right now. They can do well. The draft is gonna lane to the temple. Have Tiny that can. I think if Void has a lot of like Viking is gonna have. They have some nice. Can do a lot of small saves and potential help for the. Talked about a lot of damage and chrono,
The
but
battle
Shulkat
begins.
early on, like that's like a lot on the lane. I kind of see their like their side lanes having set up and
Yeah, it's kind of interesting for me as well, where you've got this anti-mage picked, and, you know, first phase, we're seeing a lot of carries picked up in that first 1-2 punch in the draft. But historically, you think back to like TI1, TI2, even 3, Faceless Void was a counter to AM. You put him in the chrono, you bubble him up, and you kill him off. But now, you know, a lot of teams developing this kind of tempo and pacing of the game, understanding when they're strong and waiting until, you know, mid-game, late game to actually execute their draft. AM can definitely match up against the Void still decently, as long as he gets those items coming out of the laning stage, can't he?
Void is definitely still good against the AM. Like, that is one of the better carries. But I still think AM is always an annoying carry to deal with. Just farm fast and he has a good lane. No matter like what carry you are, you bad, annoying at least. There's gonna be... You can't shut this hero down on lane. I'm gonna have some...
Yeah, he's wave cutting, he's an item ahead of you, he's always going to be an annoyance there. So mid lane, that Kunkka up against Tiny. I think Lizard was saying that Kunkka's going to have a pretty good time here, as GPK does lead the CS 9-1 against Tiny's 6-0. We'll see how that all progresses. Yeah, Boom's going to bottle. Fairy Fire as well. Looks like he is alright. Quick little avalanche from Boom there. Secure his safety as well. Bottom lane, Ilias dropping low on the Undying, but, you know, you look at the anti-mage, he's full HP. Undying is just tanking a lot of this aggression from the SD and that Chaos Knight down in that bottom lane.
Pressures did. Level 3. Like, I don't see them flying.
And that's his job for the most part. Try and keep Epikid alive as much as he can. And a similar situation top, right? The Shadow Demon bottom is applying that pressure, and you've got Save Lina up top, contesting pulls, getting in the face of Celery, trying to make sure that the Faceless Void doesn't get a completely free time. And you look at his CS right now. Shad struggling to last it under towers. Yes, he's got a wave coming in under him, but it's this Lina Axe lane with Battle Hunger, Light Striker, like they're level 2, so they've got the Fire Soul Light Strike array, which has become this really oppressive force in that early laning stage.
Also liking with DM.
Ooh.
Allows save to better, but it's also like this
Old Toby.
The Battle Hunger.
They get the CK and they're body blocking Aramis now. Shadow Demon, perfect body blocks from Ilias. The Undying's allowed the AM to get the hits in he needs. A double kill for Undying. Tanking up all those spells and setting it up beautifully to stomp on this lane now.
Allow him if you want. Getting that level. Let's play with him. Basilus just, you can see this. He doesn't need. Kinda. Yeah, it's just kinda free farm. Very, very.
Dire's structures are
Like this a lot.
fortified.
Yeah, and just the idea of the fact that it is, you know, Axe in this 1v1 against the Void. He's in the wave, so Void can't really get too close. And then you have the 1v1 between Lina and Ench. And we can see Celery getting beaten down. Tries to turn to slow save, and it will be enough to Sproink away. And Undying denying to neutrals just to get back to Fountain, refill up, and come back to lane. Difficult start for Viking.
Still like Earth. Void having this. That's his complete. Then goes for.
Dire's courier.
Oh, that's a lot of damage actually onto the AM. Epikid. Like, Aramis just walks straight down the lane, puts disruption on him. Anti-mage illusions, of course, burning his mana, as we very often see.
That's be able to that now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're trying to go on him. No real slows or lockdown though, so they are relying on that just raw damage from the Undying and the mana burn on AM.
That's also fun.
Mana break rather.
They're just forcing him out of. Get those left. Heals are just like plus for AM is.
Yeah, every lane I look at, I'm thinking, right, Void's running away from the Lina and the Axe. Toby and Aramis are running away from this Void, from this AM and Undying. And I took a look into mid, 44 and 5 on the Kunkka. The Tiny, who's usually like a lane dominator, a CS dominator, is struggling, so he's had to rotate bottom. Boom wants to make a move, but it's into an AM lane, and he just blinks away.
A rolling stone.
Counter spell. There.
Dire's middle tower is under
that
attack.
gank. That's what we see often from Bo 5 to 6 minutes. Now it doesn't work, and PK was just farming. It's already like a big. The way that Boom likes to play, there kind of makes that
Super nice.
Game. Like the laning stage didn't go the best, but can kind of have ways of helping his so far.
Yeah, he feels like that linchpin hero that's actually gonna create enough space here for the Faceless Void to catch up. CK is going to have a lot of work to do as well, and you think about Shadow Demon and Enchantress, they're not really teamfight heroes, they are much more of these scrappy, skirmish heroes, these like 3v3s in the early laning stage and moving into like 20-minute period. But I don't know, this VP side, this Kunkka, once he starts TP rotating, which Kunkka's great at, TP in, X mark boat, you can dismantle and you'll have some of these fights and you'll have ample time to be able to turn them around.
Farming first. Definitely if their action is right. Now Boom is making this smoke.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bad a lot.
Well scouted. Lina sees them, does tank up the avalanche, and there's the TP from GPK. This is what we've been looking for. The exact movement as he comes in with a boat to save the day. Lina's still standing. They'll find Boom's tiny. They do get the trade. Save does fall eventually. Do they get the bonus kill on Enchantress though? She's pretty good with the sprites healing her up. Another spell from GPK coming. It's a torrent, but it won't be landing. Celery makes her way through the trees. Chasing though under tier 1. VP are just going to dive this. They've got a dive here now and a quick little dunk. A 3-man chrono though as Shad opens it up. Viking, can they strike back? These are tanky heroes. They've got Tombstone now being launched out by Ilias, and DM just stands his ground on the 2-man call. GBK focusing the Tombstone, looks for the Void. Good reality rift will drag him back, but the damage is lacking. Viking, they can't do too much here. Lina's now respawned, so Light Strike Array is going to come in for the axe, but Boom, big avalanche, doesn't really have the follow through though. And Viking are losing HP at a drastic rate as the toss back on axe will put him a bit closer to Toby. Celery's now come back. Aramis takes a Soul Rip and a Dragon Slave to the back of the head. And Shadow Demon's gone. Light Strike Array there connecting. Now Celery's falling. VP bring the numbers they need. Anti-Mage still farming. And Viking even 5 heroes strong. Just can't get the job done.
Blood in the blazes. Dire's top tower
very
is
heavy
under
commit
attack.
Viking, and they don't get one size there on that. All that time AM is
Dire's structures are
very good
fortified.
defense for you don't line like
Dire's
doesn't
top
just farm
tower
creeps.
is under attack.
power.
Well, I just caught that. Ilias walks into Dire Jungle. He's got this Observer Ward on the high ground, so he did catch a glimpse of the CK, and he just walks in and blows him up. So now VP have full access into Dire Jungle. Void has to shift down towards bottom lane, and it feels like the only place Viking can play is, their triangle down to that bottom tier 1.
Dire's top tower is
They
falling.
have a very far Boom has out, so right now Viking is they kind of need to play power, so you can see
Dire's
Toby
top
and Shad is
is under
same
attack.
lane farming, so that is never like a sign 9 minutes in.
Super rough. Yeah, it really seems like Lizard was right saying this Kunkka matchup against the Tiny pretty good. Not only just the laning stage and CSing and in that straight 1v1, but the fact that you've been mentioning Boom, the playstyle wants to rotate. Kunkka very good at counteracting this early aggression. As it looks like VP do want to try and shift to defend their tier 1 bot with a smoke moving through their own jungle now. Boom, he's kind of cut off here. Can't make his way down. Shadow Demon's still stuck up top. So the trio VP heroes onto Shad. They've got the torrent landing. Light Strike Array, and down you go. Say goodnight, Faceless Void. Toby's in the trees. Can he TP out of here? Being hunted. Tombstone's even dropped. They catch a little bit of vision there onto the CK. Light Strike Array, yeah, it connects. Save with a perfect placement. I don't know if they've got the damage to finish him. Body blocks from Ilias. They will allow the catch up here, and Kunkka does have the X mark. Dragging back in for the final killing blow. And this is the thing. Tiny mid, Shadow Demon top. 3 heroes rotate from VP. It is just really slicing and dissecting them apart.
Play like this now. They have taken
Radiant's courier
what-
has been killed.
they don't want Viking to have defending that tier 1.
Dire are scanning.
Viking just has like really
Dire's
Yeah, no,
bottom
listen.
tower is under attack.
that also Mida, so he's not time.
Look at celery.
Place. This is the best thing that
Heal
farming their enemies fight
us. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah, it's a little bit of gold there for GPK. It's definitely a morale boost continuing that streak. But yeah, kind of thinking about how that move works, right, is we said Viking can only really play this area of the map. So as soon as you smoke through the middle of that area, you've got the option to go north into triangle if Viking retreat, or the option to go south and defend your tier 1 if they don't retreat. It's that perfect maneuvering from VP to realize there's nowhere else that Viking can be.
Radiant's
You gotta
bottom
remember
tower
that
is
time
under
that
attack.
play was happening with 3 Axel still. AM is farming. It's never a good sign when 3 kinda secure a tower. Now they're all 5 heroes in. They really wanna get this tower, but we realize that they can hold this tower, it's very good for them because Viking is to have the limit.
Yeah, so they just don't show the Lina. GPK is going to come out, and when he's got armor on, he's got like 2,000, yeah, over 2,000 HP.
It's like there's no way without him getting
Impossible.
and committing him into tower. They just there's a blink dagger coming. That is the best thing they can with that blink. Maybe hopefully gets it. AM is still game passes. It's good.
Yeah, especially when he's looking at like a 14-minute battle fury. It's a really spectacular start for him. Axe nearly has his blink. You know, you're mentioning the mid lane tiny. They've got an Axe with a Vanguard and nearly blink himself. 5.7k net worth on DM. It's the dream.
Life.
Well, there's just a bounty rune there waiting. You know, 3 minutes after spawn time. Hello. And now he's pretty much got that blink dagger. And we'll see what they get up to. We'd love to see another Chrono come out, but it doesn't feel like Shad wants to cross the river for the next 5 minutes or so. He will just be sitting back farming his BKB, it looks like.
Hard for shot. Right now, for them to get one tower
Radiant's bottom tower is under
probably just gonna
attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
tower. It feels good to get it, obviously. They can even think about like Roshan
Radiant's
if
bottom tower is under attack.
fighting. It's like a lot of tools.
Oh, nice little torrent. Celery down to half
Radiant's
HP.
bottom tower has fallen.
Do they commit the boat here? They've X'd her back in. They've got the call there. Looks like DM with the help of Save is looking to play. There's the blink though. Avalanche toss and DM is taken down. Good little counter initiation from Viking. Get the trade 1 for 1. They're trying to chase in for more. GPK is sitting at around half HP. In comes the Time Warp. Void a little too far away for the Chrono. They'll go for the Lina instead. There's the blink Avalanche toss. A double for Boom now. They're coming out of their shell now, Viking.
Dire are scanning.
Very much needed. Boundary room hit. Axe killer.
Dire's
I'm getting also
top
the map
tower
control,
is
and
under
now they can
attack.
farm a little bit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, take control of their jungle.
How they forget. It does feel really bad to see having Mida get me after, and it's like this game is even. There is some tool.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Abyssal.
Radiant
How
are
that ends up
scanning.
working.
Oh, the smoke broken by Aramis. Gets disruption onto the Axe just in time. Dodges away from a couple of spells, but dragged back into the waiting arms of GPK. Viking lurking around in the vicinity, but I don't think they want to start anything. Not really a fight that they can break into. It was kind of nice by the AM. He went up and like took some stacks and camps here, feeling that the Void would like naturally want to come back and farm defensively there. So he's taking farm away from Viking while accelerating himself.
Like all the action, and that's just. Team wants to play. He just sees stuff. There's still ways of catching him, right? Can definitely die to gank.
Initiation from DM. Boom's there though with the Blink Avalanche. Ilias too tanky to take down with the immediate burst, and he gets his tombstone down. Salary just gonna get torrented. Put in the bubble the second by Aramis. Viking not really too interested in keeping their involvement in this fight. As VP, they want to go deep, diving deeper. Aramis under that tier 2. Boom back in with the avalanche toss. Does take Ilias down this time as the boat will land and crash in onto that poor Shadow Demon. The AM clears it up. VP looking to try and disengage, thinking about popping their heads back in though, as Toby onto the Kunkka. Boom, his third initiation of the fight, but the armor toggles are there for GPK. A difficult one to continue. Boom, he's moving forward, but he's got light strike arrays being rained down on his head by that Lina from the high ground, and you've got to be worried about this DM Axe, who is lurking with a blink call, stops that movement forward, keeps Viking away from his Kunkka.
Shot was in close.
Invisibility.
Chrono is ready. Viking stop. But like they're actually looking. Chat is yes. Tiny. Helping their team. I think that is the right way, I think.
Dire are scanning.
Shad alone. Looking at CK. Tiny as well. Hailing themselves.
Yeah, they need all 3 of these cores to really pack a punch if we're going to go mid to late game here for Viking. And coming back to Kunkka's item build, you know, he went this armlet and into Shiva's guard, something I've not really seen too much of. There's lots of armor. It's pretty damn good up against this CK Void and tiny, you know, triple melee cores. But is this something that you've seen before in pubs or anything?
Against Yell, like I think the way he's playing fits guess this double praise.
Radiant are scanning.
Hard to bring down. Kind of null damage.
Celery yet again, just being punched down there. DM, big old initiation. Do they find Toby as well? They do. Torrent lands and so does the boat. They're in there with 2 of their cores. Ilias trying to get in a bit more damage, and Toby is tanky. Armlet double bracer on that CK, but it doesn't matter when saved there with a Laguna Blade. 5 heroes from VP all converging up towards the top tier 2. Spamping it out now. They want this objective. Try and secure themselves a good amount of land in this dire jungle, so then they can think about Roshan or taking back that dire triangle on the right-hand side of the map. Oh, that's a lot.
They're not even taking this tower, they just want to try to catch them.
Dire's top tower
here.
is under attack.
Oh, AM's ready. He's got Manta. Pexu. AM's like, guys, I can join a fight now. Blink call initiation. DM's in and the tombstone's down. It's a good soul counter and purge, and the axe, he is burning low. As the chrono lands, DM's in a spot above it now as the avalanche comes through, but boom, he's nearly dead. They've already taken out Celery. Boom gets blown up, and VP are just cruising here for a victory. Shad gets jumped on again by Epikid. He's BKB'd himself up, and he has a time walk to get to the high ground again, but there just doesn't seem to be an avenue of escape here. They shouldn't have the follow through. Another time walk will come. CK pops Phantasm. A torrent will land on him instead. They've kept the Void alive, but they give up the CK for it.
Here's
That was the 10-second beat. does get like a lot of tools. Have the sheep, have Manta now. Had a
Dire's
very
middle
good.
tower is under attack.
That's
Dire's
right.
middle tower has
Even though
fallen.
I think Viking had like just like I feel like VP is just dead right now. EM is still like he's gonna have Basher. Right now it's
Dire's
really
top
hard.
tower is under attack.
Hard for Viking right now. That did look really right for them. Has so many damage right now.
Yeah, like the Shiva's Guard attack speed slow against the Void and the Tiny really does make them struggle. Outputting damage is such a difficult task now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Like
attack.
there's a lot of like they had to deal with this playing really far behind.
Yeah, the fact that Axe and Kunga can both frontline, then you've got these two supports kind of playing Fog, and you don't have the greatest way of finding the backline. Okay, Tiny has Blink, yes, Void has Time Warp, but you don't have that, you know, hunting hero or really a vision hero here for Viking that can scout them out beforehand. So it's going to come down to a lot of this ward placement from Celery. So it's nice to see he's got the Dire Observer ward down in the Radiant jungle, giving a little bit of a safety net here and maybe an opportunity to jump on the AF. Disruption into combo from Boom. They jump Epi Kid, give him the old toss-up, but he blinks back into the Void. Time dilation's there. He doesn't have Man Style. The Aegis might get a root here, but a cool three-man jump in. There we go. Viking dumped down. One by one, they all come crumbling down. Celery's got Glimmer Cape on him, but that's it. GG's call. They tap out. 23 minutes in, VP annihilate Viking.
Virtus Pro.
That was very one-sided. All the way from the landing stage, kinda wondered Viking was never able to get those games. Of these early games.